We're back, people. Another night of horror with STURD. Episode 509 to be exact. And it's STURDoween. Happy STURDoween 2024. Oh, it's going to be a fun ride. And I cannot wait. And tonight, we're going to be discussing a classic horror story, which you can check out over on Netflix. And it's an Italian horror movie. Yes, for STURDoween, we are sticking with the foreign horror films. As a matter of fact, we're doing it for the rest of the year. So be you're gonna want to be here for that. We've been having a lot of fun with this, and I was just like, you know what? Let's just push it out for the rest of the year. So November, black and white, foreign. December, foreign beach horror. And that foreign beach horror, our guy right there, Trevor's gonna be in charge of that. I cannot wait to see what he comes up with because I know it's gonna be something. It's gonna be
Trust me,
something.
there are enough of them. Trust me.
I know. I do.
And most were directed by Aristide Massacesi or Joe D'Amato, depending on what you call him. But
Nice.
the portion of them.
Nice. But tonight, as you guys can see, we have Trevor and we have some familiar faces we haven't seen in like a fucking year. The video store clerks are back. Guys, how the hell have you been? How are you doing?
Doing all right. Good, man. Happy STURDoween, everybody.
We still got a channel.
Yeah, we do too. Couple of them.
Happy to be in your video store tonight, sir.
Hell yeah.
Happy to have you guys here, man. Happy to have you guys here. And
happy to get out of our shitty video store for a little bit.
Listen, man. I can't wait to be back.
We're in a good
I can't wait to be back. It's just same with you with the whole work shit. One of these days when I have like a Wednesday off and a Tuesday off and I have time to watch all the movies for everything, I definitely want to be over there. It's just, oh, damn, man.
Yeah, I had to watch so many movies this weekend. It's ridiculous.
It's funny you say that because we say that like it's annoying to the extent of like when you're looking at the list of movies you got to watch for the week at times. But when you're sitting down watching them, you're just like, there's honestly nothing else I'd rather be doing besides maybe talking about them. But we're gonna be doing that tomorrow or whatever day it is. So it's just like there's really nothing else I want to do. It's just overwhelming at times. Just like fuck, I gotta watch all these fucking movies this week. God damn. Like why do I do this to myself? Why?
Because your brain tells you automatically, because you have to watch these movies, you want to, but you want to watch everything else much more.
So, right. Like for example, this week, right? Today, watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a watch party tomorrow at 8:00. Doing the movies, Blackwell Ghosts. So that's another movie. Mm-hmm. And that's gonna be every Wednesday from here on out. There's 8 of those movies. Thursday, another show, another podcast. Friday, another podcast, and those two. So it's 2 more movies right there. And then Saturday, guess what? 2 more movies. So I'm just like, that's why I said that. I'm just like the list.
Look at it.
The only good thing is Wednesday is literally just a watch party, like a kickback chill. Like I'm not even gonna be on my mic or nothing. I'm gonna have the movie playing, just kind of chill because it's a really good movie too, and I don't want to be talking through it.
Right.
People want to go there and maybe watch it with their significant other or friends or whoever. So just kind of, I'll enjoy it and shit. And yeah, so that's the only one I don't have to worry about. Oh, fuck, I gotta take some notes to review this and all that. Don't gotta worry about that. I just gotta do a TikTok on it because it's STURDoween. But that's it. That's easy. But fuck, man. Let's dive into this movie. What did everybody think of this movie, though? James, what did you think of this movie? I know you said this is your second time seeing it.
Yeah, I knew it sounded familiar, and when I first started, I was like, maybe I didn't see this, but then at a certain point, I was like, okay, I got this. I see this back 2021.
I know exactly when. I'm gonna tell you. The wife was just telling me earlier because she watched this with me earlier. She's like, I've seen this before. She's like, James seen this too. And I was like, yeah, he was just saying to me earlier that after he watched it that he's seen this before. And it was when she was on bed rest and she was posting in the group all the time. And she would tag you for specific movies like, James, you should watch this or some shit.
Yeah.
That's when it was. It was around that time. And I'm just like, I completely missed this movie, but I forgot at the time she was watching like fucking 6 movies a day. Damn near, it felt like. And I was way behind. I didn't even try to catch up. Like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. Doing all the shows and shit. Nah. But yeah, anyways. Just wanted to fill that little part in.
So
go ahead.
So going through it, then it started coming back to me. What it's about. I personally, I thought this movie was good. It's not great. I mean, it's not the best thing. The ending, we'll get to that. But I mean, it was okay. I didn't mind it. It was a decent movie.
Okay. How about you, Trevor?
I loved it. And even though you didn't get much of my ranting last week about the previous film, the Killer Book Club or whatever, that in itself was a meta movie like Scream, and it successfully did everything it shouldn't. This was an over-the-top meta movie that placed everything out to be cliched and then did everything it possibly could to not just reference everything, but keep you on your toes enough, even though it flat out tells you literally what it's going to be. And then it takes you to the point that it becomes a complete postmodern statement of you start watching this on Netflix, and by the end of the film, well, they're watching it on Netflix. So it was very good. I liked it.
Nice. How about you guys? Video store.
Yes. I've never seen it. This is my first time seeing it, and I dug it. I liked it. It was it was an easy watch. I think it was only like an hour and a half long.
Sure.
It was exactly as advertised. It was a classic horror story. I thought at first they were going to ruin it for me, because my first thought when they crashed, I was like, they're dead. They're in purgatory. It's going to be this stupid fucking plot twist that we've seen a million times in horror movies, but it wasn't. So like Trevor said, it kept you on your toes a little bit, kept you guessing. Even I thought it was a lot of fun. I was pleasantly surprised, because anytime my man Sturdy recommends a movie, my brain always goes back to Blood Lake, and I'm like, oh God, what's this going to be? What's it going to be this time? But no, this was a pleasant surprise.
First of all, I have no apologies for that movie at all. I'm glad that's one of those things that kind of built, like, after you watch that movie, after you watch it, when I say you should check it out, it's a bond that we're gonna have for the rest of our lives and after lives. Like, we're connected forever because of that film. Yep.
Terrible.
I saw Blood Lake.
Yeah.
They almost made me quit podcasting.
And the cinematography, the editing, all that was really good.
Yeah,
because it's a foreign movie. I guess the acting was. I watched the dub version, so I don't know if the acting was good or bad. I probably should.
They're actually very good.
I probably should go back and watch the subtitle version.
It's always better.
Oh,
I always watch the subtitle.
yeah, same.
I'm the only lazy one then. Fair enough.
Because I was watching last week whenever James said the only way he can read.
Yes, that's the only way I read. That's how I read people.
Which, I mean, movies and that is fair though. Like, if it's like, listen, if it's gonna make somebody read, put the subtitles on.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's
Chaos
so
was
stupid.
good.
I don't know why I do that, because it's like after 5-10 minutes, you're not even paying. You don't notice anymore. So I don't know why I do that to myself.
Yeah.
Slack.
I don't know. Like, that's why I like to watch it with the subtitles instead too, because you get more energy out of the characters.
Yeah.
Like, their reactions you actually feel, instead of just kind of sounding half-assed whenever someone else is talking over theirs. But I was watching this, and when I started watching it, I got a weird vibe, because I don't know why, but I was just thinking of The Village. And then about 30 minutes left, I was like, fuck, I think I've seen this shit before. And I was like, I wonder what mindset I was at that night. But like, it wasn't until like the end. And I was like, okay. I was like, I remember this shit. So I was like, all right. And then, I mean, I was in the whole time though. Like, I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
And the part at the end when he's in the chat room, there was a couple. I like the message, something about Italians make shitty horror movies or something. Those these funny little messages, and then Blood Flicks. That's what it's called, right?
Yep. Blood Flicks.
Yeah, I kept looking for like Fulci references and stuff.
And the movie
honestly,
itself. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying, honestly, just because you mentioned Blood Flicks, I don't know why that's not a real streaming thing. That's just strictly horror. And I'll bring it even down to say strictly horror, strictly slasher, every country, but horror slashers from everywhere would be amazing. Why isn't that a thing? Because we would buy it. We'd pay for it. It only needs to be $3 a month. It doesn't need to be something crazy expensive.
Yeah, like I buy Shudder, and I probably only watch that maybe twice a month.
See, I have it too. I have
think
a bunch
Late
of
Night
shit.
with the Devil was the last time I watched Shudder.
That was a good.
I don't even remember the time before that.
Faces of Death, I think, is on there now. That was my last time.
Oh,
I know. That
I just end up
actually
binge
got me to
watching
go to
Joe Bob.
Shudder.
I got to watch the drive-in.
Mm.
It's the only reason I have Shudder.
Joe Bob.
Very true. Very true. If you had like every
Every
country,
country
but I mean the
movies.
ones that, let's just say the ones that you already know that make horror, that are serious about making horror films and really want to make a really good horror film. But again, like a or just blood flicks being just strictly just horror films in general. It doesn't have to be just slasher. Just it just sounds like a perfect fucking name. Oh, nice pussy.
My favorite. Rare.
Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. But yes. Has anybody out there that's watching seen this movie right here, a classic horror story? And I really love, speaking of this, the cover, the masks in this movie.
Yeah.
Those shits were done right. Like
Mm.
you could tell they're made from the trees, made from bark and stuff. But they were done to look creepy. They were done to look crazy. They were done to look awesome.
Very
And they
folk
did-
horror. Yes.
Like the one with the tongue
Direct
hanging out.
references to Wicker Man and so many other films.
Oh,
One of the things that made this film so great was it did a lot of playing with its references. So La Historia de Terror, which is the actual name, is the history of terror. And this movie is like the history of contemporary horror as a story because it's constantly changing lanes. I know originally when Elisa is put in front of the televisions, I'm thinking, oh no, we're going to go down a cabin fever zone. But then it hit so many areas where it just literally rode the line between being a trope and totally cliched, and it did it well. It also had a lot. You mentioned before about the line about Italian films. It says a great deal about Italian films in itself. Now, in Italy, horror was never popular. Of course, the Argento films did well. In the 80s, it was a little bit better. But Italians, why these horror movies are so important is the money they made overseas. The Italian audience wanted to see poliziotteschi, which were like cops and robbers films, sex films, humorous love stories, and then of course you had the like art house. But horror never did really well, and that in itself is a very interesting thing when you look at this film, because to me, it's very refreshing because Italian horror really went downhill circa 92. And then you had a couple key directors, but overall it was basically like TV horror. So to make a Italian horror film that is this good and also self-referential, I really loved it. So
that's interesting. That changes things. That changes how you see the movie now. Knowing all that.
Appreciate it.
A good movie.
Yeah, he's our what do you call him, Aaron?
Our foreign correspondent,
Yeah.
aka Uncle T.
Neurodivergent.
He gives us our intel. He knows a lot.
Gives stories and everything. Tell him he's our cool uncle, man. Everybody needs one. Don't be jealous.
That's where I thought the movie was going to. Like I thought it was going to take. That's where it started taking me out. Like I thought of like The Village, like Wicker Man, like how it just kept like throwing those little things, but then it didn't actually go there, so it kept me.
Yeah, do we think this is a found footage film, guys?
I mean,
Think about it. When you get to the very end of the movie, is a person using streaming to find film that is connected to that movie. So technically, it is a found. If you look at found footage as every form of visual media. So yeah, this is a really awesome.
Wow,
film.
I didn't think of that.
And then Fabrizio was saying he was making a movie.
Wow.
Oh my god!
And of course,
Okay.
your mind automatically goes, okay, cliche. But then things start going on and you kind of forget about it. And then it
Right.
comes up and it's like a Hitchcock thing. It's like,
Holy
damn it, you
yeah.
told
Oh,
me.
you know
So,
what? I didn't mean to do that. When you wait, now that you mention it, I remember now when you're watching the movie when she shoots homeboy in the head and you see his brains pop out.
mm,
In the movie, remember when the dude's like fast forwarding through the movie and they show that part and you see it from the scene as the camera, as you're
Right.
watching from the audience's perspective from what she was recording. So you're only seeing the back of her and you're hearing the gunshot and all that other shit. So holy shit.
and
So
what I can
it
say
is.
about that, Sturdy, is what you can say about anything that is filmed. So the term usually used is documentary is never real because it is taken from the gaze of a filmmaker. So documentary is not documentary. And this film played with that a lot. So what is filmmaker? What is viewer? It just, the more I think about it, the more I think this is a triumphant film for an industry that was going downhill.
Very interesting.
I want to
I
try.
think my
I'm
rating
boring you guys
maybe
to
just
death,
went
aren't
up.
I?
No, hell no. Hell no.
That's kind of how I saw it at the end too. I was just like, "Fuck."
Oh, go ahead. I'm just gonna play. I
Oh,
have it on mute, playing the trailer on mute, but you guys can keep talking.
They
Over
even
it.
did the misery move where she
Yeah.
take out his ankles.
Yeah,
Yo.
that's what I thought too. That was the first
Blew
thing
them
I
shits out.
She
Mhm.
misered him. Misery hid him. I don't know how you would
Yeah,
say that.
Yeah, but
misery.
they took it further though with the thing going through his eyeballs. So that was
Oh, that machine.
Italian cinema and eyeballs, man. It's a big
Because
thing.
there was also that really cool shot where she walks into the cabin and is looking at the deer, and you see her reflection in the deer's eye.
yes.
Well, then it's like there's that one shot too where everything's out of focus when she's walking through the tent, and then she like walks into the camera so it's focused back up on her. It's just like a close up of her face. That was a dope shot.
You know what? Yeah, I agree with that too. You know what I really love in this movie, and they do it so freaking well. And I already know, James, you're gonna know this when I say it, is the red lighting.
Yes.
Oh
Yes. Yes.
I love lighting in film when it has to be other than like the regular, when it's other than like a regular light, like a regular room lit, but if candle lit, blue light, I don't care if it's any color light, just other than the regular lit, because that's it's whatever.
In the tradition of great Italian Gothic film, they did that too. It was very self-referential.
This is over on Netflix, by the way, people. If you have Netflix,
Nope.
I highly recommend you check this movie out.
Right
That
there,
right
there's
there. Oh, it was so beautiful.
Opera, zombie. Mm.
This was a wild, crazy, crazy movie. And I will say this. Watch it in its original form.
Mm.
You'll get so much more out of it. And the reason why I say that is because if you're gonna watch it in English, if you're gonna watch it in the dub form, it's gonna give you a chance to look away. It's gonna give you a chance to just say, you know what? I can listen to this. I can look down at my phone. I can be playing around on my phone because I already know what they're saying. Versus if you have to read it. Obviously, if you speak the language, it's a different story. But you know what I mean.
Mm.
So you get that, and then you also, like we were just saying earlier, like they were saying earlier, you get the feeling, you get the attitude, you get everything from watching it in its original format. Then when you dub it, it just.
Mm-hmm.
I learned the hard way because I used to dub movies all the time. I would avoid watching movies. You can ask James. Like I would skip over a lot of movies, like reading subtitles, and then I just started doing it, and I'm just like, what was I thinking before? And I get it though. Like if it's a last minute thing, because I do the same shit. If it's last minute, like fuck, man, I got to do this, and like I just gotta fucking play this movie. I can watch and listen, but I can't read right now.
You get the nuances.
But for the most part,
No, because Thursday after I got done watching the show, I put it on while I was getting ready for work, and I had it on the dub version. And then whenever I went back and watched it today, I was like, well, I got to put on the Italian and then just do like the English subs. And then it just felt a whole lot different.
Feels like a different. So did it feel like a different movie to you?
A little bit. It just like I said, like it's just the emotions came off everybody way better.
That's good.
Because watching the dub one, it was just weak. Like I didn't really give a shit.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Just because I can't remember if I've ever done that to where I've watched a movie completely in English and then dubbed and then whatever the original language was. I have, however, actually I think it was like the past 2 weeks. Shit, I believe it was with Netflix too. I guess you guys got your shit together for my complaining. But
That scared the
I
shit
was
out of me.
going to watch whatever the last two foreign horror films we watched, The Killer Book Club and Entity.
Mhm.
And I go to watch them. I think it was those last two, and it was in English, and I was mad as shit. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was like, "Who did this? This is a sick prank." So I had to go and change it in my settings, and it happened to me twice on Netflix. But this last movie that was on Netflix, it was perfect. So, good job, Netflix. Good job. Not a sponsor, but can be. That's for any of our shows.
Never
Just saying.
hurts.
Nope.
So has this movie been on Netflix the last couple of years, or did it?
I'm not sure. I guess so because I'm assuming so because James seen it when it came out. My wife seen it when it came out. I just saw it today
Sure.
for the first time.
I just
But I'm
because they
assuming
put out so much sludge the last couple of years. So I
Speaking
wonder if
of,
this was like one of those hidden gems just kind of sitting there. Just wondering.
maybe.
My
I feel like it
letterbox
was
says my letterbox said I watched it in 2021.
Yeah,
That's the year it was released. So
Wow, so it's just been sitting
Oh,
there
look
for
who
a
it
year.
is. This is just
Chris!
a reunion.
What's
What's good, bro? What's good?
My
Hope all
man.
is well with you. You
Where the
gotta
hell
get back on here. A lot of us miss you, bro. So hurry up and get your shit together and get back on here with us. I'm calling you out like that because that's the only way you listen. You gotta challenge them. Puerto Ricans are tough.
What's the matter, McFly? Chicken?
Excuse me. But yeah, back to the movie though. What were some of your favorite parts, Trevor? With this film, because you really loved it.
you know, that's really kind of a hard one to think about because it did in certain ways seem very trite and cliched, and it was hard. It's hard to really pick a scene that I okay two actually. Okay, so one of the many references in the film, and they do it in a really cool way, is at the dinner table, which the mayor, who was referenced in the newspaper at the beginning, she's at the head of this table. And you have all these people who seem to potentially look like they've been inbreeding. And this directly connects the mafia finally to what's going on. Basically, she's mafia and she's funding her kid's sadistic dream. But it's a take on the table, of course, from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but also in its own way with the family element. There's also that Todd Browning's freak thing. So yet again, this it's hard to pick a scene because like there are Easter eggs for horror fans
Everywhere.
just all through it.
Mhm.
I mean, even they said at one point it's like, go back into the Sam Raimi house. I mean, so and it's done in a smart way because you can do a movie with all kind of references and it really blows. But this is worth an hour and like 30 minutes of your life. So
Easily, like see, this type of movie with this type of story is one of those ones where maybe not this exact movie right here, but this type of story is one of those ones where you can see those hour and 45 minutes to 2 hour films
mhm.
and it making sense and it working perfectly fine. But of course, it has to work right and all that good stuff. Of course, it has to work and all that good stuff. But with that being said, this is the type of story that you could kind of tell because there was a lot of shit going on with it, where you can kind of stretch it out, make it go a little deeper, and maybe a little backstory with it as well. Because they did tell a lot, but maybe a little backstory with it as well if they had that extra, say, 30 minutes.
I see that, but I also am like, no, I don't want anything more because if you're going to make a movie that is not just a tribute to horror film in general, but specifically Italian horror, you have to have elements that don't make a lot of sense.
That's fair.
Just because that's, part of the cliche of Italian horror, and they very aware of it. Also, Italian horror, even though some of the best films, which many people feel are ripoffs, um, yet again, it in itself is a ripoff of about 30 films thrown together, and that yet again is it's laughing at itself. So I really, it was just a fun movie on top of also being an intense and gruesome film, which yet again takes it back to the history of Italian horror.
And Italian horror, I'm assuming or I'm guessing there's a lot of reds in it, a lot of red lighting in it.
Mario Bava, yeah, that style, that gothic style, a lot of Italian horror.
Okay,
And of
I
course,
love that.
Argento. Remember when we watched Suspiria?
Yeah,
Similar lighting. Yeah.
yeah. There was blues in that one too, if I recall correctly. Lots of reds, but I remember there being quite a few blues in, which was again just as I always say. I love that shit. I love that shit. It makes me think of Christmas lighting in a sense, just because
Mm.
I love Christmas lights. That's like the best thing in the. That's like the best thing about Christmas when I don't give a shit about the trees or nothing else, but you put them lights up, that's my shit.
Well, also, Sturdy, I have to say, thank you, because I don't tend to do the streaming thing much. I'm more of a physical media person. I'd rather stare at a wall than a TV. But I want to thank you for turning me on to this film. So
Oh,
that
of
was
course.
really awesome.
I'm happy you enjoyed it, man. I'm happy you enjoyed it. I'm just showing it just because of the reds in this, and this is actually something from the film. And this was a creepy film in some scenes. Like this right here, that guy right here had a fucking bad day. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you know how we always complain about having a bad day? This guy got both of his ankles blown out.
After he already broke his leg.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then
He got
two drills
dragged
in his
there.
eyes. 2 drills right in his eyeballs. He had a fucking terrible day.
Yeah,
He
don't think he's coming back from that one.
Nah,
Poor guy.
Walk it
I don't
off.
think glasses are gonna help.
Defeated.
Oh, wait, you can't walk it off.
Nope.
Boom, boom. Oh.
Crawl it
This-
off.
Just the little torture they did in this. They didn't always show it on screen. You see like the aftermath of it, or freaking the spikes in the girl's hand.
Mm.
Oh, I like that scene when she actually started pulling her hand up to get out.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I would have done like a band-aid. I would have just yanked straight up one shot.
I can't see. I want to say I would do that, but I really don't know. I might have just passed out in that chair crying and shitting on myself for all I know. Like, I'm just being honest because everybody wants to say like we would do this heroic thing, but it's like if we were really in the situation, like your hands are in this thing and it's painful as fuck. We already know that,
Mhm.
and it's just like you're already losing blood. You're already distraught. You don't know where the fuck you are, or what the fuck is going on, or why this is going on. You're just there. And then it's just like, oh shit. I mean, like, yeah, maybe you would. Maybe some crazy adrenaline just come over you, hopefully. But then it's just like, but what happens if you don't? It's like, damn. It's
It did gore great because Italian horror is so known for its gore.
yeah.
And over the top gore. So, this film was like, I mean, it turned up for its time. I mean, it turned up the gore, and it did it really well. And it comes from a long history. Now, another thing about Italy, and it goes back to the mafia, it goes back to the popularity of Poliziotteschi, all that kind of stuff, is that, okay, so Pier Paolo Pasolini, best known for 120 Days of Sodom, which is either a film you really, really like and are ashamed of, or you can't take it. In one of his last interviews, specifically said that, he liked to focus on the fact that the Italian culture, by nature, was obsessed with violence. And that was something that always stuck with me. And of course, when I got deeper into Italian horror and the other subgenres, Italy has a lot of very cruel films, but are also very good. So,
I got a film I would like you to check out,
yeah.
Trevor. It's called The Stylist. When did it? I think it came out about two or 3 years ago. The Stylist. I believe it's on Shudder. I could double check
Okay.
that for you later.
Cool. Awesome.
Really enjoyed it. Really
that
enjoyed
was a
it.
good one.
And I think you would enjoy it. You
Thank
guys
you.
should check it out too if you haven't seen it. The Stylist.
I haven't seen it. I'll check it out for sure.
I think you guys would enjoy it. It's a really good one. It gives me, I don't know if it is or not. I don't think it is, but it kind of gives me like that Italian horror feel, and maybe you guys can definitely let me know that way better than I can. But I just, oh man,
Yeah.
we watched that like last year, James?
Yeah,
Or was it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Either way, I bring that movie up every now and then. It just, actually, I think it's what I'm talking about. Italian horror, for whatever reason, just pops in the back of my head. Again, I could be completely wrong with that, possibly being it or possibly being like inspired by it, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
But again, once you check it out, please let me know, because that's a
it definitely
pretty good film. But let's jump into some ratings. What do you guys rate this? Let's kick it off with you, James.
I'm going to give this. It was a good movie. I'm going to give it a 7.
7? Not bad. How about you, Trevor?
I'm going to give it an 8. And I'm going to give it an 8 because I haven't really gotten into the two directors' work. But I think it's one that over time, I think we recently had one before, I think my rating may go up. So
Nice. Oops.
Solid 8 for me.
Dave, an 8. Nice.
I'm going with James. I'm a 7 on it.
Like I said, after Trevor explained some of the history of Italian horror and all that, I think my rating went up a little bit.
cool.
You see what I mean?
No, that's why we got
I
it.
learned something tonight.
Like that's the thing too, is we learn a bunch of shit. We don't realize we learned it till either another episode or when you're watching a movie, you're just like, holy shit, that's blah blah blah. Like, how'd you know that? Trevor, he taught us. When?
And the thing is, it does make you look at the movie differently, though.
Yeah, the
But it
writing's a lot more clever now than what I think
Yeah.
I gave it credit for at first.
Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, I gave this one a 7 though. I did really enjoy it. It was a good fucking movie. I'm not gonna lie to you. And if you haven't seen it, you should definitely go on Netflix and check this out. And you should check out the Killer Book Club. It wasn't great, but it was decent. It was a fun slasher. This one was definitely better, and I think you'd have fun with 2 Netflix horror films. Why not? Netflix, you should start paying us for this shit.
Yeah, it's not
I
bad
saw
for
they just put
Netflix.
something else up on there too that I wanted to check out, but I forget what the fuck it was called.
Over on
It
Netflix?
was on the main page, yeah.
We've been discussing a show behind
The
the
Deliverance?
I think that was it.
Yeah, that's a good one. I watched that.
That's
That was
a
good.
really good movie. You should definitely check that out when you get a chance.
I think it was that one and maybe something called Whispers, or was that on something else?
Watchers?
That's what it is.
That's on HBO Max,
Okay.
I believe.
That was good,
Yeah,
too.
that's on Max.
I was all over the place today.
Hey, man, it's all good. It happens to the best of us. There's not. I wish there was one, and I know it'll never happen. But in a perfect horror world, there'd be one app, just one fucking app that has all the horror movies ever. That's all I fucking need. I'll pay $20 a month for that and get rid of every other app because I don't need any other movie app but that. That's
Bloodflix.
90% of what I talk about.
Like I said, the only one that's close is Tubi. I think Tubi has like the most horror movies out of all the apps.
It's the only place you're going to see shot on video stuff from the 80s. You can get some in physical media, but Tubi's pretty much it.
But the ads kill me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're now up to like 5 to 10 minutes. Like,
yeah. It's worth it it's for free though. All the movies I'll deal
it's
with
bad enough getting by, half the stuff looking great and the other stuff looking like a 5th generation VHS transfer. There's nothing more disappointing than stumble upon a film that you've wanted to see for a decade and you click it on and you're like, oh no. So yeah.
And it's just like the ad placement is terrible too. Like I was watching Romeo and Juliet the other night.
Nice.
And they fucking just kept popping up right in the middle of good shit. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Wrong time to pop up.
Like mid sentence. They're like, wow, you fucking what the hell are you doing there?
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. Fuck ads.
Yeah. Too many of them. Getting too crazy.
Yep. Even YouTube's ads are insane now.
Getting too greedy. That's what YouTube wants you to pay for them. I'm not gonna pay you guys to watch free content. That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Just to not get
Or
ads.
you can be like Prime, which it doesn't matter if you're paying for it. You're still going to have to deal with ads now.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that's
Yep.
crazy.
I'm gonna put to you guys like this. Everything's gonna be like that, and then they're gonna have a price that's an extra $3 to $5, or it's like if you pay this extra, well, it's gonna be $5. Let's be honest. If you pay this extra $5, you won't have ads.
Streaming is just going to turn to cable again, and we'll be right back to
Yeah, well,
where
we
started.
actually called that shit too back whenever the writers' strike and shit was going down. We're like, it's gonna be
here we go. Here we go.
People need to get paid to make up that back money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jason, I will be back. We're back on Tuesdays for STURD, which happy STURD by the way, but for September and October, or Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:00. So if you can come, let us know. Definitely be fun to have you on. Do some horror, foreign horror, by the way, because foreign horror, they do some dope shit. You know what movie I gotta throw on the wheel that I just thought of?
What?
Battle Royal, the first one.
Oh, such a
love
good
that
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Hinji Fukasaku. Yeah.
I never seen it.
I was gonna say that before Trevor got.
Sorry,
No, I'm joking. I was not gonna say that name. That was awesome.
No, you just hit that like neuro button of like 70s Japanese gangster films and went ooh. So
I
yeah,
love that
sorry.
shit. Like no, don't be sorry. I'm trying to learn. I'm never gonna get those names down, but I'm gonna try one of these days.
Me and Dave used to watch that and fucking Versus all the time. And Good Boy.
Yeah.
Or Old Boy.
Good film.
Old Boy.
Old Boy's good. Old Boy's a good one.
Yeah, it was.
What was the other
Ichi the Killer.
Itchy the Killer.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Yo, talk about crazy. And yo, James, if you're gonna love Battle Royal,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna love Battle Royal.
And it's gonna make all those dystopian books and movies with teenagers. You're gonna go, really?
You're gonna say these are kids'
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, it influenced a lot of stuff.
Like James, you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror like you're an idiot from crying at the end of the Hunger Games. You're gonna look crazy.
The Hunger Games.
Oh man, I had to talk my shit. I had to throw some bullshit in there, guys. You know me. But no, seriously, the Battle Royal it is going up on this wheel, and it is a dope fucking movie. It is a dope fucking movie. Let you guys know it's coming up Thursday. There's nobody do double spins on Thursdays now. Where is it? Oh, here we go. The Confessional.
Good movie.
Which
I like the poster.
Yeah, the poster's crazy. It's the first time I've seen it up close.
Yep. We're going to the UK for this one, people, and
Okay.
it'll be a fun time. Oh man, I'm really loving this. So far, though, I have to say from my journey of horror, the foreign horror films, I'm thinking Asian is still my favorite.
I
But
agree.
I'm glad to see a lot more. That it's gonna make me explore more countries, a hell of a lot more countries, and dive deeper into some others because I'm just like, wow, I didn't know all this was out there. I did not know all this was out there, and it gets boring watching our own shit all the time.
Yeah, Asian horror is the way to go, specifically Korean horror. Like that shit's fucking bonkers, man.
Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite freaking zombie movie, and
The Sadness.
Yep.
Yes. That
Excellent
shit is
film.
just I talk about it so much, everybody just knows I'm gonna say it. It's phenomenal. It's gory, it's unforgiving. It's something different from a zombie movie though. They call it a zombie movie. That's why I'm calling it that. It says it right on the cover. But it's something different, and it's more brutal. Like it's the most violent, brutal. I don't know if you've never seen this, or not, Trevor. But
Oh yeah.
Gory.
good. Yeah, it is a gore fest, and it is.
It'll make you look at an eye socket in a whole new way.
Oh yeah,
beautiful art. Beautiful art.
Hey, an orifice is an orifice, so
no doubt.
Who's it said? But real quick, why the Sadness was so amazing, and why like Korean filmmakers and filmmakers from other countries are so amazing with their work to us is Okay, now whether you liked it or not, the last time there was a really good personification of a zombie was the zombie in Day of the Dead. That was the last good personification. The sadness, even though you had all these people going crazy and everything, it gave you enough little bit of backstory about various people that, you know, it you felt for these characters. A lot of zombie films and things like that, they don't. And also it gives you a little bit of a thing that you kind of care about some of these people that are actually changing. And I think that's why the sadness is so good. It pulls on some of the same things that Romero did that made him such a good director.
It really did, especially, and I don't want to give it away, but especially like towards I think it was close to the end. Close to the end, you're just like, oh shit. That's all I'm gonna say. You're just like, oh shit, they really went there with this movie. And fuck, that was
Actually, she had a worse day than the gentleman that lost his eyes in this film. I
oh
can tell
yeah,
you that. Yeah.
yes, yes, she did. A longer day too. It was terrible.
Such a
Like
good movie.
according to shit, comparing the days, man, his day was easy. His day was real easy. Shit. But fuck. Holy fuck, man. And this guy had a fucked up day. Like you seen in the trailer, you seen with the pictures and shit that we showed. That was a rough time. That was a rough time. Couldn't save him though. I had my own fucking business because I don't want to be next. Fuck that. Fuck that hero shit. You're not gonna save him. I don't even know. No,
I don't even
like
know.
I'd be a terrible hero in a horror film because like at those parts, I'm like, yo, I just met the guy today. Like I'm not gonna go over there and jump in front of a killer just because we just met today, and he freaking
Noted.
gave us some firewood. So
I mean, like
what?
in this movie too that we're doing, and the dude like covers the chick's mouth whenever her boyfriend's getting fucking his eyes impaled on the table, and he's like, "You didn't even try to fight me." He's like, "You didn't bite my hand. You didn't kick me in the nuts or nothing." Like, it just goes to show, like in a high tense situation, you might fucking just turn on your favorite person ever.
Yep.
Or just freeze. Like, fuck. Like, what am I gonna do? She definitely froze. She definitely froze. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Because it's like,
Right. It's like if I do shit, I'm dead too.
yeah, that's not really gonna help. But then she had the
I don't
spikes.
trust
in her
any
hand.
of these anymore.
The spikes in her damn hands. Ooh.
I did like how like the sacrifice scene or whatever, like because they said there was three main entities or whatever, and one was deaf and one had no tongue, and then the other one couldn't hear, and then
It was, speak the
everybody
English.
couldn't see. And, like, the blind one like ended up cutting her eyes out, and the deaf one cut his ears off, and then they just fucking slit their throats.
Yeah.
Which was just. It was, you know, what was crazy about that part is the one dude was like, "Listen," he told the chick, he's like, "Don't watch this." She did not listen to anything he said. She's in the window that whole damn time. Yo, I'm like, yo, you should. And then she like turns around. Of course, she starts crying and all this other shit uncontrollably. But like, you should have probably turned around and just sat down and not seen that, because now you're gonna see that image probably for the rest of, the rest of your life or whatever. But whoa. There were some real powerful scenes when they showed shit like that. It did have its gore, but it wasn't like overly gory. But when it showed stuff like that, it was powerful. It showed it for a reason, which I appreciated with this because it worked for this story. It worked for this story, and just like, oh my god,
I like this. I like the scene where her mind finally broke when she was crying and she was looking for the little girl because she seen the bloody dress. Yeah, and she looked in the trailer and seen her sitting there, fucking doing her nails, and she that's when everything just went, I don't give a fuck no more.
Yep.
Yeah. She just snapped, and the girl opened the door, just looked at her. Boom! I was like,
that line was great. That was amazing.
Slammed off
with
the wall.
The tongue thing in her mouth.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yep. That was good.
That was amazing.
I like that scene.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. And it stayed on the girl for a couple seconds with that expression on it, like.
Yeah. It was good.
Boom! Oh, that was such
That was one of my favorites when she opened that
Yeah.
door. And one thing about all the Easter eggs, I think this was done right with all the Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And I go back to thinking, I hate to do this, but I go back to thinking about Alien Romulus, where it was done entirely too much.
Mm.
And you see the difference. But I think in this film, Classic Horror Story, it was done right.
That's fair.
If that meme with Leonardo DiCaprio, he has a drink in his hand and he's pointing.
Mhm. I love this freaking image right here. Just from like this right here with the red, they use it so perfect right there. That's such an awesome shot right there. That's wow.
Yeah, that's why I say, like, technically this movie is done really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's a beautiful movie. Like the cinematography and all that shit is beautiful. And then the stories, I'm bumping this up to an 8.
Mm.
see, that's what happened to me too.
I'm bumping this up to an 8. Between this conversation and the Reds and all this other shit, I had to, because that is just so fucking awesome. That is so awesome.
As far as influences, did you guys get, and I can't really point out an exact thing, but I even got this like reference to Mandy all around. It just had that same kind of feel to me.
I can see
I don't know,
that.
it's just weird, but there were a couple shots in the film that were very distinct. But no, it's just, I don't know, it just had that, I guess it pushed things in a very different way, because it was actually quite comedic when you go back and look at it as a 1.5 million references. But no, it just, I don't know, something about it made me think that if maybe it was just the fact that you did have the lighting, and also the house is very much like a steeple, and I don't know, maybe that did it. But no, it's just kind of like the vibe. So
For me, it was the pig heads on spikes.
That was
you can't go wrong with pig heads on spikes.
No, that's whenever you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
that was
like
a scene right there. That was a cool scene.
You made a wrong turn somewhere.
Is it going to go like Baskin Land? And you're like, ooh. So
Wrong turn.
You're up in the mountains in
a very
Virginia.
good Turkish horror film. Sorry.
No, I'm laughing at these two in the comments over here, the chats. Don't start that shit, you two. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh man. Oh man. What up? But this
One thing that bothered me about this movie, though, I did know as soon as the accident, I like when did it happen? I don't know. He said something. I knew that that dude who was behind all this. I knew he was involved somehow.
Because off of something he said?
Off of something. I was like, because I don't know. For some reason, I got like, in my head, he got like a highlight. Like if you're reading, like you're like going to highlight a word in a book. He just started. I was like, I just noticed him for some reason. I'm like, I think he has something to do with this. It's gonna be because I think I've seen a movie like that before. I think it was another foreign horror movie we watched, where they were on an island and the people who picked them up was like part of the trick for kidnapping them, like the tourist.
Yeah. Oh fuck, that was a while ago. We watched.
Yeah. So it reminded me of that.
Oh my god! You know what's funny about that? Safety pin was good. I appreciate you stopping in. You know what's funny about that, James? Is I feel like we watched a few movies very similar to what you just said. I know we did. And one of them we watched, we were so hyped about it, was god awful. It was bad as shit, but it was very similar to that premise. I hope it's not that one you're thinking of.
I forgot what it was called. But no, I just got that vibe.
I
didn't know it was gonna go that far though.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was like motherfuckers making a movie and all that shit. I just knew he was like, especially then it 100% went soon as he was passing the drink around and he didn't take a sip. Yeah, I was like, that motherfucker. Yeah. I knew it. I know it.
For the most part, I got swerved.
Yeah.
I thought we were going down the supernatural road, and I'm happy to say they got me.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Up until that part with the drink. That's when
Okay.
that's when it turned. But
Well,
for
the
most
thing
part,
is, Rodrigo never really says anything that's a lie either. And that's, another thing that, I was the same place, James. I'm there going, oh, okay, boom. It's a movie within a movie. He's just telling you. But it successfully did it in such a way and then spread it out enough that you've kind of put it to the back of your mind. This is too good to do this. And when it does it in a way that hits it home.
Awesome. Yeah, and this is what the third? No, this is the second Italian horror film now we did.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is Suspiria.
Yeah, so this is the second one. The way they tell the stories, though, is it's awesome. It's awesome. Oh man, this again.
You know what? I'll give this movie credit for real quick. I'm sorry while I'm thinking about it. No cheap jump scares.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Good call.
Fair. Very fair. Very, very, very fair.
Fuck it. 9 out of 10.
Oh, they went with the
well,
fucking.
Everybody's thingies keep getting bigger. I'm going to go to 9 too, so I don't feel less. So
there you go.
Because that's just as American audiences, that's just God. We're used to the Blumhouse and on and on and on and on.
Is anybody else gonna be a grower?
Fresh air.
Nah, I don't lie about my size. It's still a 7.
Safety pin. I'm going to show you right now to answer your question. That way, if you want to screenshot the movie cover really quick, it's on Netflix, by the way. But a classic horror story. I'll leave it up there for a quick second. So in case, again, if you want a screenshot to see the movie cover. All right.
Oh, and another thing, I don't know what the budget was, but I'm certain this wasn't a fucking $180 million movie.
Oh no!
So
we could have filmed that shit on the weekend.
Good on them too.
I didn't even look into that, but this is and Chad.
Was this a Netflix original? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It did say presented by Netflix. So
it is. It is on the cover. There it is on the cover.
Yep.
So maybe.
Yeah.
Called their Netflix originals, which how original they are.
Yeah, I know.
Means they bought them as a license
with their name on it.
So did they just front the money for it, or
pretty much? Yeah.
Safety pin. We
watch everything. Any horror movie
it's freaking ridiculous. They watch everything.
Yeah, I have a separate show for the weird bad shit called STURD Vision. I do at midnight on Fridays.
But we get some here too.
We
get
do.
Some here.
They trickle.
You want to watch the worst movie of all time? Blood Lake.
It's right there.
1987. It's the poster right near my cash register.
That right there.
Watch
that. I haven't watched Blood Fart Lake yet.
Watch that. And if you think you've got a movie that's worse than that, you can challenge us. And we'll watch it.
I've never seen its entirety, but the clown film made by Jerry Lewis about the Holocaust that he actually made, he suppressed it because it was so horrible, even though he directed it, and it was not to be made available to the public until he died, and he's been dead a couple years. So I'm gonna that's a bad movie.
You might have a contender.
What is this? What's this called?
God, what is it called? Day of the Clown.
You had me at clown.
Was written and directed by Jerry Lewis, and it is about a clown in a concentration camp. I don't know. His intentions were good, but at some point something went very wrong. Because he had every copy confiscated, and it was never to be released until he was dead.
Wow.
Huh. I watched pretty much everything with clowns in it. Good, the bad, the ugly, whatever.
Me too. Some reason they're
most of them are bummers, but that's how I found fucking Art the Clown years ago.
Exactly. Nice. Same here. And was that Poppy Corn? The fucking Popcorn fucking, what was that? The circus one? Circus of the Dead?
Yeah, that one.
Something like that.
Yeah,
That was a
you got to see Clownado.
oh Jesus.
I think I seen
Hey,
that one.
there's
There's so many fucking clown movies.
yep.
That's
think I've seen
ridiculous.
Clowns are the
Kill-
new
all the-
sharks, guys.
The 10 million Killjoy movies.
Oh, they're good. Though.
Clowns are the new sharks. That's
A lot of clown movies. There's a movie called The Clown.
That's not bad either, though.
Clown.
Yeah,
Clown
Clown. That
was
movie.
good.
But
Clown-
nobody
crazy.
beats John Wayne Gacy. Oh.
That was a wild guy right there.
Mm.
That was a wild boy.
He did parties. No.
We hear videos of clerks. Do not share the
Can you
views.
imagine, like, he was like looking back, like
You
imagine
understand, have a
going
very
back, like
sick,
looking at some childhood pictures and shit, right? And
humor.
and you see John Wayne Gacy was a clown at your birthday party when you were 6. You're like, what the fuck, Mom? Why do you still
Mom,
have
I'm
these
alive.
pictures? Oh God.
I'm a Tim Curry as Pennywise guy.
Yeah.
Mm. The best Pennywise, in my opinion.
Yes. Me
Yeah.
too.
The best Pennywise, but the newer one is cooler looking.
I don't
like
know,
the
man.
look.
Was he?
I like the look.
Tim Curry, man.
I get so annoyed whenever I see
Awesome.
like horror compilation like art, and then I see the new Pennywise instead of fucking Tim Curry. So annoyed. Shit pisses me off.
That's a situation where an actor owns a part.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yes.
But
I was just, man, when I was a kid and I saw that, I was just waiting for him to walk into my bedroom with a red balloon. Ready,
on.
Jason. None of them scared me, but Tim Curry as Pennywise.
That was the one. That was the one. Yeah, I grew up enjoying Freddy and Jason as well. Mine was well, the first one I remember that scared me was The Hitchhiker. Thanks for the ride, lady.
Good movie.
That just terrified me, and that's the one I can remember the most. I know there's a hell of a lot more that scared me growing up, I'm sure. But damn.
David Cronenberg's The Fly.
Great movie.
That was great, but when Goldberg's character vomits up, that just And the other one was the original Mad Max, which used to scare the living daylights out of me. And it falls under that Texas Chainsaw zone of when you finally see the movie, you don't see anything. But as a child watching that, wow, I was freaked out by Mad Max.
I can see that.
What are you guys' thoughts on the Poltergeist?
Good movie.
I love Poltergeist.
It's great.
Good Toby
It
Hooper.
was a good one. I haven't seen it in a while.
We just
That's
did
one
one.
of the movies that got me into paranormal movies.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that. Really?
It was the movie House.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's a fun
I
one.
loved. I watched that
Great
movie so
film.
many times when I was younger.
Shit,
Then it
they're
was
so good.
Poltergeist.
With-
Then I got the Exorcist. That's when I upgraded.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, let me watch that one because everybody's like, it's the scariest ever.
James, that list that me and you found, I think it was during freaking COVID. We were just bored, out of work, didn't have shit to do, so we found a list of like top 50 horror movies you should watch.
Oh yeah.
And the plan was to watch and review every single movie on that list. That's not what happened. What happened was we would watch a movie, right? Come to find out, this movie has like 5 sequels. So then we watch review all them damn sequels.
Yeah.
It just kept happening like that.
We
to
watched
where-
the Dentist 2. We watched Evil Bong 2,
Oh, those
Evil
are so
Bong
good.
3.
A lot of Charles Band. Wow.
Yeah.
Slumber Party Massacre. We watched all 3 of those.
All 3 of those.
Those are fun. I like
They
them.
are.
They are fun,
They
but
are.
it took us off track because we're supposed to be watching the
We're
first
supposed to be
one.
going
That's
just
it.
that 50 list, and that was it. And we ended up
We were
doing
like, oh, we got to watch the other ones now.
we ended up
Damn
doing
it.
like 40 movies with like 6 on the actual list. 'Cause we did all these
600 movies later.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So we
Finally got
never,
finished.
we never finished
Exactly.
the list.
Nope. Need to go find that. Complete it.
Maybe one day we will do it.
That's a great question. What first, Jamie? Welcome to
found
Horror with
footage.
30.
That's a
I'm
good
glad
question.
you're here. Glad you're here, Jamie. Thanks for stopping
Stu
in.
turned off from found footage films because it just got done to death after.
I love found footage. Like
The
that's
Cannibal Holocaust. End of story.
See.
That's he's into. That's what he's into.
That's my found footage film. Mhm.
Mine Creep 1 and Creep 2. I'll put them both up. I love those
Good.
two films. I love those two films. But what is yours, Jamie? And if you guys have any for that. I know you said you're tired of them, David. Is there one that stands out for you that you do enjoy?
I got
Well,
two
it
that
seems
stand
like
out. I can't.
technically a classic horror story is a found footage film.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
Yeah,
I
there you
might
go.
go with that, actually.
Yeah.
Might go with this one.
That's fair. How about you?
You know what? I
Okay.
had a fun time one,
Nope.
a real fun one that I didn't know, and I forgot who suggested it.
Blair Witch?
Nope, existed. The Bigfoot.
Oh,
movie.
the Bigfoot one.
Ooh.
Really?
Holy
Never seen
shit!
that.
I keep forgetting about. I keep
that
forgetting
that shit.
was a
That
found
shit
footage
was
movie.
awesome for a Bigfoot movie. I watched a lot of movies about Bigfoot, horror movies. This one was awesome.
Hmm.
That's fair. I like that answer. I like that answer.
Oh,
that
Blair
that
Witch?
was
No, Jesus.
The original Blair Witch.
yeah.
Fuck Blair Witch.
Is getting it's actually been re-edited by Eduardo Sanchez, and it's being re-released.
Really?
Oh,
So yeah, because
I
the
can think of
version that got to the screen was not exactly the way he wanted it. So for the 25th anniversary, it's going to come out in the
God, I'm old.
theatrical and Eduardo version.
okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna watch it then. Maybe it'll be better.
All
Skinamarink was
Oh,
disappointing.
that's a good one.
Skinamarink.
Didn't
I
know.
don't
was hoping-
understand.
I was hoping to be better. It wasn't.
Same.
I thought it was just
That was a
okay.
miss for me.
Same.
I got a short attention span. I kind of stopped.
It was just
after
a lot of the boy just sitting in the middle of a room.
I remember seeing
Mommy?
a lot of walls.
Mommy.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
what?
camera shots and shit.
A camera shot of a wall with some words in the background.
I do want that Blair Witch though. I'll probably end up purchasing that new release because I think that sounds
Mhm.
pretty awesome.
I will see.
I'm
that.
excited.
Watch that again.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that just to see if it's better.
And I will say the marketing for it was genius. Back
Oh,
in
it
the
was.
Oh, it was.
Oh, yeah.
But
That was
that was
great.
part of me getting pissed off about it, though.
You know it's oh man. See, and that's funny, James, because for me, I didn't watch it until 3 years ago now, maybe 4.
Mhm.
But haha, funny. So what? But I fucking loved it. Like I was just like, holy shit, this is amazing. And I'm thinking like I thought about it after. I thought about this a lot after I watched it, and I was like, you know what? It's probably good I watch this now at this age than when this came out because my mindset was way different, and I may have been bored with it
Mhm.
because not a lot went on for a long time. You know what I mean? But then watching it I'm just like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Mhm.
And this fool over here was just like, how the fuck do you love this shit? Like, what's wrong with you? And
Because when it came at the time when it came out, there wasn't really anything like that before. And I remember going to see it, and when the movie ended, you could have heard a pin drop in that theater. It was
Mhm.
dead quiet.
see,
Everyone was just like, "What the fuck did we
And-
just see?"
that is one part I do wish I can rewind and go back to, either at that age and watching it for the first time in theaters, or even at this age and going back somehow in time and watching it for the first time in theaters.
Mhm.
And then the girl showed up on some MTV Movie Awards and blew it.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
shit! Really?
Mhm.
That's awesome. I'm not gonna lie to you though. I
And
wasn't
I
a
have
fan of the
nothing
movie.
but things
That's
to
not
say.
your fault. But that's awesome though. That's really awesome. What other horror movies were you in, or other films were you in? Shit, man. But yeah, have you guys seen Creep?
No.
It's been on my list.
Oh,
Did
man.
we review it?
I believe so. I know I
Yeah.
watched them both. I believe we reviewed it. I love those. Oh my gosh, I love them. Well, I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Spoiler alert: found footage February. That's what's coming up in February from Found Footage Films for reviewing and shit.
I put in a vote for
Party
Butterfly
watch party.
Kisses.
Found footage.
Yep. That
Horror?
my friend Eric's last film. It's a horror found footage, and it does a good job.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Just remind me that that can happen, Trevor.
Cool.
See, and I like that. I appreciate that.
Mm.
Let us know what other horror movies you're in. We'll definitely check them out. Well, definitely. Actually, non-horror too, because these guys have a show where they do horror and non-horror, and we have another show where we do non-horror. Grotesque 2022.
That's a good movie.
That sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar. I don't know if I've seen it, but
the Asian one, Grotesque?
Yeah,
that's a very good film.
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking about, the Asian version. Is there an Asian version? Like, is there an Asian
guy
horror?
Well, it was kind of like a torture porn film.
Well, I don't know. I wasn't
watching
watching no torture porn.
Something.
No,
That's what we used to call things like, of course, like the hostels and all that kind of shit. But it definitely had a feel of that. Guy wearing stuff you would wear to either be a surgeon or somebody who's going to cut a cow apart. So one of the main characters in that is so.
Oh, okay.
Not an Asian, it's Canadian. Oh, that counts as a foreign horror film. You know what?
Yes, there's some good Canadian horror films.
Well, we will be reviewing that. I'm gonna throw it on our wheel. Hang on, let me see.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Different movie.
Wait a minute, that refrigerator scene looks familiar. Is this? Oh, Aaron, you got the wrong one.
No, this is.
Is that the right one?
I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah, she said, "Yep, right here." Nina. Awesome. Well, we got another movie, guys.
Awesome.
Cover looks dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Awesome. Perfect timing too. Look at that. Can't wait.
I think I've seen it because that refrigerator scene looks familiar.
I know I didn't see it, but we will. Awesome. Look at that. Look at that. We got not only do we get a horror movie, but a foreign horror movie. Perfect timing just to throw on the wheel. Let's look at that. Look at that. You see this? That's what happens during STURD WEEN. That's the magical shit that happens. Something to do with horror movies. Christmas, you get presents.
Horror films.
Yes, this we get horror. We get the magic of horror, the love of horror. But I guess we can wrap this one up though, guys. This was a fun time.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys coming on here again. Had a great time. Oh hell yeah, we gotta do this again. Appreciate you coming out again, Trevor. And thank you, Jamie, for being in the comments and let us know about your films. Hopefully you subscribe to HorrorWithSirSturdy and you come on more, and hopefully you're on when we review your film. It'd be awesome. Leave them in the comments, or if you want to come on and review it with us, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, keep in touch. We're all a big family here.
Yes.
Support each other.
We do. Make sure you guys go check out the Video Store Clerks. They have an awesome show, which I do have to add your links into the show. I did forget to, but I do have to add your guys' links. So if you can send it over to me, I'll add it right after we're done.
Yeah,
and then check out Trevor's links, Ambassador Radio. Ambassador
Thank
Media.
you again. It is always an honor. Thank you.
Love this guy, Gay. Uncle T, aka our foreign. He's our foreign ambassador, man. You guys see why? They've seen why. Seen why. Dave changed his score in this film because of Trevor. Bumped it up.
I usually watch you guys whenever I'm getting ready for work on Thursdays, and I can definitely tell Trevor knows his shit.
Well, thank you. I don't.
I'll be sitting there like getting ready, just
48
listening
years
and I'm like, "Ooh,
hyper fixations." So
listen, it's important knowledge.
Don't ask me any of my times tables above 3. But if you want to know something about particular movie or music, then
listen.
I guess it balances out.
I'll say this: I'd rather have a conversation about horror films. You
don't need that math stuff
when it comes to school. We have calculators. We have calculators and shit.
It's called a body count. That's the only math I need to know.
Oh, there you go. Count bodies. Like Trevor, what's 3 times? Okay, well, in this movie there was boom, boom, boom. Okay, boom. There's the math. There you go. We just do it. You just do it different. That's all. You just do it.
It's long division. It's Bay of Blood. So
See? He already knows.
Like, I like to learn. I like having conversations with people that we watch the same movie, but someone else will see the movie through a different set of eyes than me and bring up these points. Be like, oh shit, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
So I got to tell you guys this. I got to tell you.
Part of the joy of being a horror fan or a fan in whatever is, just finding people that are into the same thing, having them introducing. It's really awesome.
Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. And I was gonna say, so it was myself, Trevor, and Mick over on the Scene Slams, which you guys should definitely go over there and check it out. But we reviewed all the Godzilla films. And from the very first episode,
everyone,
Trevor's freaking knowledge was just like, holy shit. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Let me see. Because I was just like meeting him. I'm like, okay, this guy, he knows a lot. And then
I've been to Godzilla for a long time.
Like,
no, I know, but the thing is,
like,
it's
we're
like,
looking at 43 years of Godzilla,
See, and so we did like 2 to 3 films. We did like 2 to 3 movies at a time, right? And I'm just like, okay, cool. And then the deeper we get, the more we go through, and the way he's saying their names and all this other shit, I'm like, oh my god, this guy really knows what the fuck he's talking about. And then I'm just like, holy shit, this guy is fucking awesome. Holy whoa. And it was just it was so cool because for me it was my first time. For me, what was cool about that whole thing, which you guys should definitely go watch and check out. What was cool about the dynamic of it was my first time watching the majority of those. I'll say 95% of those films, maybe 99% of those films, probably all of them seeing 100%. And like, so seeing through watching those for the very first time, right? Imagine watching something that you really enjoy, just learning something, right? And then you have Mick here who knows a lot about it, but he still doesn't know half as much as Trevor does. Trevor's like the professor. Mick is like the student, and I'm like the kid that's just kind of just like watching shit and learning shit. But no, seriously though. But then you pick up so much from watching it on your own, and then 2 from someone that's watched it. Say maybe, let's just say it's maybe been a fan of Godzilla for 15, 20 years, and then Trevor said he has 43 years into it. So it's like you're getting all that information. Plus, what you got.
Thank you 3,000 times more for giving me a platform to ramble. So thank you. I really mean that, dude.
I love it. I love it because it's shit. Thanks for coming on the platform too, Rambo. Because I need more of that. We need more of that across platforms. Seriously though, you can ask these guys. We love when we have people on. We have guests on, and they want to come on. They're eager to come on, and then they actually have stuff to talk about. It's awesome. It's amazing. Like with your knowledge in these films, it's like. Shit, I could easily just kick back, relax, and this is easy. I'm still hosting. I'm just listen. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. I'm learning.
You know what I mean? Moments where you're like, I'm gonna fire my goddamn self. Fuck it.
I already had to talk to myself about being late.
Now, if I could just monetize all this useless crap, it would be great. So
definitely can, man. You just got to work it out. It definitely can. It's I don't know how, but there has to be a way out there. It's definitely useful, though. I definitely say it's useful because you have conversations like this, and it brings joy. That's more useful than a lot of shit in this world.
Well, thank you yet again. That's very kind of you.
Of course. I mean that, though. It is. We all love it. We're all here for a reason. We're all here. We're not here to talk politics and all that bullshit. Fuck that. We're here because we love film. We all love film. We all love the knowledge of film. We all love to share our knowledge and love of film, and we all love to learn from each other. And if you know a hell of a lot more than we do about film, it's gonna make us all watch film a little bit more mature each time we watch film. A little bit more. That's the Trevor effect right there, guys.
Just don't ask me about
Trevor theory.
Hey, listen. We don't come to you for the commercial shit, as you know. The Trevor theory. We do not come to you for commercial shit. Listen, I'm telling you guys right now, if you want to see some wild, crazy horror movie, some really good foreign horror, some wild shit that you may not find easily, or you may not even hear about, but you may have never heard about, but you'll find easy. Talk to Trevor. I'm telling you, he'll find you some shit. You're just like, oh my gosh. Itchy the Killer. That was his recommendation. That was a wild, fucking awesome, phenomenal film.
But that's like one of the most important Miike films outside of Audition. So
Audition.
This is the wonderful thing about movies, especially about foreign films, because foreign films, I mean, is such an amazing deep dive when you think about actually only about 15 to 20% of the actual older output and new output is even licensed to be in the United States. Damn. So there is so much more, and there's already tons and tons out there. See, like music, movies are the gifts that keep on giving, even the older stuff. So
That's true. That is very,
especially
very,
when the new
very
stuff sucks, the old stuff's really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's
Okay.
even more true. That's
Yeah,
even
true.
more true. But everybody, we're gonna wrap this one up. Again, make sure you guys go check out the Video Store Clerks. Make sure you check out Ambassador Radio. Check out Popcorn and Pints Saturday, every Saturday, 9 o'clock Eastern time. And these guys are getting ready to go on right after us.
Oh,
So go
cool.
check them out at 10
p.m.
Yeah.
10 p.m. Go hit them up on YouTube, Facebook, all that good shit.
We're doing
And tell them Sturdy
Bill and
sent
Ted's
you.
Excellent Adventures.
What you
His
doing?
Last Adventures.
Bill and Ted.
Oh, cool.
Aaron hates that movie.
I did. Bill and Ted, the excellent experience or whatever. I did. I couldn't. But
It was a
hey,
cultural phenomenon.
Bogus.
You know?
I
I
think
wasn't
it's
a part of
racist.
that culture.
I think it's racist.
It wasn't funny. Listen, I didn't find it funny. That's all. But you guys should still go check out their show because they have an amazing
out.
show. If you like the movie or not, you're gonna have a blast. Either way, just like over here, you're gonna have a great fucking time if you like the movie or not. So make sure you guys go over there at 10 o'clock and watch a Video Store Clerks. You're gonna be in there for a fucking treat. I'm not lying to you guys. I wouldn't lie about that shit. I wouldn't have mine here if they suck. These guys are dope. Seriously, go check their show out.
Then maybe whenever you decide to use some PTO on a Wednesday morning, you know what I mean? Hop over.
Trust me. Don't worry. It's gonna happen. And then we got some holidays or some shit coming up. Something's coming up soon.
We got our Halloween string coming up soon.
We'll do something. We'll do something soon.
Well, as soon as I'm off here, I'm hitting up your guys' back catalog and seeing what you got. I'm excited.
They got some great stuff.
It's all laser disc.
There's nothing like getting a laser disc of something. You didn't even have to have a laser disc player, but just to own that copy that is actually not cut. Like, hey, this is the full Tenebrae.
Yeah.
Can you play it? No, but yeah. So.
Forgot it.
I've never had a laser disc player in my life, but I had laser discs.
Yep, same here. Well, I did have a laser disc player, but
somebody gets me.
I kept collecting them when I didn't. So.
See, nothing wrong with that though. You're collectors. You like to collect stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we're out of here, people. I'll see you in